Yo guys, Z here, and actually found some interesting things today. I was actually kind of curious about the whole explosion of fake zombie maps we've been seeing lately, and so I decided to go back to Die Rise, and one of the quotes that really bothered me was "Mend the Rift." So I decided to Google it. I actually found an article. It's called "Mend the Gap: Exploring the Rift Between Science and Religion." And I thought, we didn't really do that in the Easter egg or anything. It says religion and science are compatible. There are points between both that cross over. It's at these points the smoothest bridges can be built. That's interesting. Another thing that kind of interested me was this little water wheel at the bottom right hand corner of the Die Rise loading screen. I actually found something very interesting. It's called an Antikythera mechanism. It's actually considered an ancient computer. It was designed to calculate astronomical positions. They actually found it in a wooden box at the bottom of the ocean. It was comprised of 30 gears. So I kind of thought, kind of like the transit gear that you see there when you're loading the game. I also thought, what were these people looking for thousands of years ago? Religion basically ruled the world, so they must have been using this mechanism to look for their gods in the sky, which means they were using science to find religion, which means they were kind of bridging the gap. Um, the original finder of this mechanism described the scene as a heap of rotting corpses and horses lying on the seabed. Inscriptions and a gear wheel embedded on it. Work stopped because all the divers were dying of decompression sickness, which you can also get from chasm working, which is watertight retaining structure used to work on the foundation of a bridge. So again, we're seeing the whole concept of a bridge. An interesting fact is this ancient computer was found off the coast of Greece. Plato actually wrote that Atlantis was off the coast of Greece. The cool thing is Plato actually got his information from a guy named Size, who translated the Atlantis writing into Greek for Plato. Size was an Egyptian, so Plato actually had to travel to Egypt to obtain this information. The seven Atlantis islands were sacred to someone named Persephone. She was the daughter of Zeus, described as the queen of the ghosts, who carries into effect the curses of men upon the souls of the dead. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Again, we're going into the whole aspect of religion thing. Um, One thing I want to talk about, at the bottom right corner of the Die Rise screen, you're appearing to be traveling back across the sea. Also, if you look on the Durkhammer screen, the mechanism isn't actually on that loading screen. It's actually under it. But it is on the Atlantis loading screen. So this got me thinking, we've all heard about the rumors of the Treyarch employee that got fired for leaking information. Well, what if he didn't just leak one map pack? How would you go about that? You would cover that up by releasing a bunch of false information. That's how I would go about it. So I was thinking, what if this information was actually leaked by an employee or someone at Treyarch? And here's my theory. After Die Rise, we go back in time with the original characters to bridge the gap. After we have the mechanism, we have to travel to Egypt to meet Size, where we get our translation so that we can find Atlantis. And that would actually involve every single map pack that most people are theorizing about. So, I don't know. I thought it was some interesting information. I was just kind of bored looking it up. Just leave me a comment. Definitely let me know what you think. Thanks, I'm Z. I'm out.